Don't mind Livingston.
Just silent, baby.
I and I hear la la la.
Just silent, baby.
I and I hear la la la.
Just silent, baby.
Don't mind Livingston.
Just silent, baby.
Don't mind Livingston.
Oh yeah. Can't start any event, any program without Burma Road, the quintessential Rake N Scrape song from the godfather of Rake N Scrape himself, the late, the legendary Ronny Butler. Welcome to Culture Caravan Productions. Let's talk Rake N Scrape. What is Rake N Scrape? Rake N Scrape is the national dance music of the Bahamas. We do have a festival music, which is Junkanoo. We do have our folk music, where we have great folk artists like legendary guitar player Joseph Spence. But right now we're going to talk about Rake N Scrape, the music that we dance to, the music that keeps us the happiest, the music that connects the generations. We're going to break it down. We're going to look at it from music from the old through Ronny Butler, who is the central focal point, to the music where it is today. We're going to listen to some new music. We're going to listen to some old music. We're going to talk about it, dissect it, discuss. Maybe we'll agree on some points, maybe we won't. But we need your comments. We want to make this an educational but yet entertaining program. So hit the subscribe button. And let's keep this program going. And once again, welcome to Let's Talk Rake N Scrape. So there have been many discussions about where the name, the terminology Rake N Scrape came from. You know, some people from Turks and Caicos say that they are the originators. And of course, we in the Bahamas, we claim it and we think we got it first. Because we have been told and we've always accepted that the legendary broadcaster, Mr. Charles Carter, he came about with the terminology Rake N Scrape. He went to some of the family islands and saw them playing the traditional music with the traditional instruments: saw, goatskin drum, concertina, a comb with wax paper, guitars, bleach bottles with peas or stones. Whatever they could find to make music, music was made, and it was raking and scraping. So Mr. Carter, in his genius, came with the terminology Rake N Scrape. And it's stuck with us over the years, and we've been playing this from then. And the traditional musicians back then, either in the churches or for the school dances, whatever they had, this was what they danced to. So there are traditional songs like M.O.Y. Don't Walk Fast, Prickle in My Foot, Times Table. There are other songs we'll talk about as we go on. But these songs, even though they're hilarious in some of the lyrics, hog in the mud but the skin still clean, throw my clothes in the yard. These are the way they told the stories that were going on in society, but through this fun, happy, danceable music. So let's listen to some of the traditional music right here so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to introduce you to two of the foremost traditional Rake N Scrape artists that are still around today: Ophi and the Websites and Bohog and the Riddum. see what I'm talking about? You see the energy that those guys are playing with? Watch the way they tap their feet with such syncopation and the swing of what they play the accordions with, you know. And of course, we can't forget what those goatskin drummers are playing. And you see, Bohawk had female people accompanying him. So this Rake N Scrape is not gender specific. Bahamians all across the board are capable and are able to play this rhythm. So if you're looking to find the music of Bohawk and the Rooters and Ophi on the website, you can find them both in the Smithsonian catalog. I'll have that information below that you'll be able to see and where you can find it. So yeah, so there's Rake N Scrape. That's the traditional Rake N Scrape. So now let's see how it moves forward to where we are today. So I introduced you to Burma Road at the opening of the show. And I said, this is the quintessential Rake N Scrape song featuring the godfather of Rake N Scrape music, Ronny Butler. You can also, we'll talk about him and I'll add a link to some of his stuff below. Most of the guitarists in the Bahamas today, the majority of them, including me, we've been studying and following the rhythms of Ronny Butler ever since we've all been introduced to all the music that Ronny Butler has put out over the years. He stopped playing and was just a performer, but the stuff he recorded, like Crocalypso, Burma Road, and a bunch of other stuff from his earlier albums. He got a party album that I can't talk about because this is a kids-friendly program. However, if you want to check out some of his music, you'll get to understand why and how this music moved over from the traditional around about 1969 when he released the original Burma Road to now. Now, Culture Caravan Productions have been very fortunate. For over the years, I've gotten to work with Ronny Butler and he has blessed me with the multi-track. Only 8 tracks it was back then, 2 guitars, drum, bass and vocals, no keyboards, of the Burma Road album, the original master track that we had to find the tape, we had to bake it, and so you will see that there are some dropouts and the keys are not A440, but you'll get the essence. So Ronny Butler's band would have been a 4-piece band. Ronny on rhythm guitars, Flash Rogers on melodic lines, Charlie Dane on drums, and Sidney Darling on bass. The original Ramblers, Ronny and the Ramblers. And from my conversations with Ronny over the years, and I couldn't get him to commit to this, but I know that Ronny was also a very serious fan of salsa music. And so I've deduced that he has taken his understanding of the salsa bass, which swings dun dun boom 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 boom, and through him bringing that to the Rake N Scrape that he knows from the Bahamas, he had his bass player swing it dun dun boom 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 boom. Charlie, on the other hand, the drummer, if you check it, he's playing his hi-hats and his kick drum like what the saw and the goatskin drummer you saw earlier were playing. And then, of course, there's Ronnie, who sealed it right down with his rhythm guitars, which sounds just like a cowbell to me. So just let me show you what this is about. Here's what it looks like and sounds like on the multi-track. We'll solo it individually, and then you'll get to break it down and understand what it's doing. So let's check out Burma Road. Alright, as I mentioned, here's Charlie on the drums. There you can hear the hi-hats sounding like the saw that we heard earlier. And of course his kick drum is doing what Dodger was doing on his drum. And then Ronnie, being the salsa fan as I mentioned, swinging it to Rake N Scrape. Here's Sydney. Swinging it to the Rake N Scrape. And then the boss came in with the rhythm that sealed it all together. Here we go. You have to tap your feet or move when you hear and feel this rhythm. Simple, but very effective. Now let's put in the man Flash Rogers. All the sweetness. Little backgrounds. One more. Rake N Scrape and Ronny.
Do-a-nanny, 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 how you do?
See what I mean? So, Rake N Scrape is on the move. You see where I took you from traditional Rake N Scrape? I brought you forward to where Ronny Butler was in 1969. On the next episode, we're going to take it from there through some of the other music going forward. But there's no question that Rake N Scrape is an infectious rhythm. It will make you dance or it'll make you tap your feet. You know, we've infused it in our church music, we've infused it in our dance music, and it's just continuing to develop over the years. So we're not just introducing this to you in the world, as we're saying. We're letting you know why this is, how this is, why we love it, and we want to hope that you love it too. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button below. Be a part of this program. Send us your comments, and we'll see you on the next program. Thanks for watching. Let's talk Rake N Scrape.